Good morning, everyone. This is Brooke. How's it going? What's up? Today is Coffee with Brooke. We are on Dime Lowry, if I said that right. And this is where you start out at this beautiful location. And we already got an ad. Very, very funny. Expand your fleet. Oxbow pack available now. Farm Simulator 22. So, an advertisement on a map. So, we are going to have a chat today, and this is just gorgeous, and it's nice and sunny on in an August day in Farm Sim. Well, it's October, so. So I thought it would be time to do another chat. It's been a few days. Well, maybe not on my channel, but in real life, it's been a few days. This is quite the beautiful walk, isn't it? Okay. Wow, guys, we're gonna look over here. Wow, it's a beautiful view and a trash bin. Oh, and you can pick it up. That's so funny. That's so cool. Lady, you just went through me. Okay, enough of that. Let's see. I don't know what is up here. I kind of want to go all the way up. So I think it would be cool to have a chat up here. Wow, nice. This kind of reminds me of the Wall of China. All right, I can't really see over. Now what's up here? I want to be able to see over the... Oh my. This is kind of a long walk. Okay. So everyone, we are going to start this coffee with Brooke today on kind of a controversial topic. I was trying to think of something to talk about, and sometimes it's hard to think of something to talk about. We could talk about news, farm sim news, new games, but today we're going to talk about the subject is the church that never should have been. So that's beautiful. We're just kind of going to walk around here. So I'm going to start from the very beginning, and we're going to go back in time. Are we always going back in time? Look at that. That is gorgeous. So, in my rural community, in this really, really big office building, it's massive. When I moved here, I moved in the area around 4 years ago, and that building has pretty much always been empty. There really hasn't been anybody in it. I think there was one time maybe USPS, and I think there was one time before COVID there was a doctor's office, but everything just like closed up. And so the building was for sale for almost roughly 3 years or almost 3 years. And there was a community like board meeting about what they were going to do with the building and what they could approve to do with the building. So, this at the board meeting, there was this proposal. There was this church that was looking for a new location for their congregation, and they thought this would be a perfect place to would fit into their the community. And a lot of us didn't have an objection. You know, uh, we didn't object because we knew that it could be good for the community to have, because it could help, they could help homeless, and it could be a community place to go. So it was approved. And they stated that they were a quiet church in a quiet church in a quiet location. So as this construction was going on, it was fun to just actually just go down and walk, because they had like a walkway you could go around and just actually look at. We're gonna get in here. Look at the construction and everything, how it was going, and it was actually pretty interesting. They were tearing the whole thing out, and it just looked like a great thing for the community. Fast forward to now, approximately around 8, 9 months after the construction quit, and they were done. The church is beautiful. I've saw pictures of how beautiful the church is and how the whole inside was it's just gorgeous, massively big and just gorgeous. And the parking lot is just huge. This church probably could have at least over 2,000 people at a time. It is huge. So, you know, didn't have a problem with the church. What does that say? I want to see what that says. Didn't have a problem with the church. I don't know. What? Church? Is that a church up ahead or a fork in the road? That is so weird. I don't even know what. If anybody knows what this, please let me know. And is this actually in France or Italy? Because it's a definitely a European map at that. Oh yeah, maybe it's this weird turn here. So, like I said, fast forward to after they got done with construction, more advertisements. Is this the end of the map? I don't think so. So we're probably going to stop over here somewhere, find a place and talk. But fast forward to now. So the beginning of September, they opened the church and didn't have a problem with it. The church was, it was full. But there was really no problem with, how it was um doing, and for all I know it was, oh, we're at the end of the map, so I'm just gonna pull over here and we're gonna tab through and go look at the farm maybe. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. I don't know, like, let's see if I can open the door. Okay, so this is the farmyard. Nice. So we're just gonna maybe stand here and talk as we look over the beautiful farmyard. So I didn't have any problem until the second week of August, second week of September. They had a carnival. Yeah, they had this community carnival. And they had it going from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. at night. And it was a disaster hit. The traffic in this area was packed, and people were just like everywhere, just everywhere. And because there was a area where they could park, but see, they had to have, all the concession stands and had to have all the rides and stuff, so it limited what their parking lot could park. So people were parking in people's yard, like literally in their yard, in on their front property by their door. And it was a problem. It was awful. I literally walked from my home all the way, because see, my home is pretty close to the church. I live like approximately maybe a mile from the church. I don't even think it's that far. And it was a disaster. It was horrible. The noise was death-defying. And I was just like, wow, I couldn't wait until it was done. So they had it for 2 days. Okay, what's this? So it's just trash bins. So we get a lot of tractors. Wow. This is really nice. This is like really like European. I don't know. I think this could be France. Looks like, and what's this over here? Maybe this could be like chickens. I think so. Sheep, maybe. That has to be the sheep farm. It just has to be. Yeah, I think that's a sheep farm. Because the fence looks like the sheep. So, then it was quiet for a while, which I was like, wow, I was so glad it was over. And then the next weekend, they had a movie. And, it's fun to have a movie inside the church. But when you're having it outside so loud, like, okay, I'll give you an example. If you were across a 50-acre cornfield, whatever, you could still hear it. It was death-defying. It was blasting so loud. Literally, I had to have headphones on, and I literally had to actually go somewhere. I couldn't stay in my house. It was awful. And that went on for like 3 or 4 hours. And I mean, it is what it is. And, I don't know entirely why you would not have it inside the church since it was kind of raining out. I don't get it, but they had it outside. So then I was kind of gone like, well, maybe this is the last of it. So over this weekend, they had a concert. A concert. They had a heavy metal concert over there. And not only was it this was the loudest thing of all of them, rattling my house. My ears were ringing. It was absolutely so. It was like you know how you hear a car going boom, 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 boom. It was constant for 5 or 6 hours going on. And it was so bad. And that night, because my dog, she is prone to seizures, she had 2 seizures that night. And because of this, and it was so bad. So the next day I went and didn't complain. I says, I don't know what is going on here, but since you guys have been at the church, you guys have nonstop, I call it parties. They're calling it fundraisers. But yet when I asked, they couldn't show where the fundraisers were going. They couldn't. He's like, basically he said it's none of my business. The church was super rude, super super not nice. And, you know, and we as a community thought that the church would help people that are homeless, help people who, help build the community up and have things. But I just didn't. Oh, beehives already started too. Are those bees? Oh, that's kind of cool. I've never done beehives. Maybe we should do a beehive on a map. So my conclusion is I don't think this church ever been, because since then there's been not a really uproar, but people have just been like, why did their slogan was this is a quiet community church when it really isn't. And I've grown up in churches all my life, and there's been good and bad to churches, and churches can be really good at helping people. They can have food pantries for the poor. They can help build up communities with community outreach. But I question why they got really upset, because I was just, what is this? Can you open this door? No, so I guess it's just a building. My question is, why did they get offended when I asked them what fundraiser or what they were putting this money, these parties for, and then they got offensive at me when I just asked them, you know, not just only myself, but many other people in the neighborhood have questioned the noise, and if it really is for fundraisers, why couldn't they have the movie inside? Why couldn't they have, the concert inside? Why did they have to have it outside to cause so much noise? So, everybody, that was the topic for today, and I just want to know, I know we all want to have peace and quiet, and there's a time and a place. I'm going to open this to see if you can open it. And I want to see what this is, actually. I think this is sheep because I don't see a milk. Yeah, this has to be sheep. So, my question is, what would your opinion be, and what would you do if, they literally lied to the board in the community about their outreach? And I'm not saying the church is all bad, but for the pastor to get defensive because I asked, it's like, what are these parties or these events? What is it going for? Um because they were charging people to come to this. It wasn't a free event like when they had the carnival. It was like costing per ride. It wasn't like it was free for the community. It was a fundraiser thing. But they yet didn't want to tell me. I just question. So, okay, everyone. I hope I didn't stir a nerve. And it's been on my mind since this weekend. And being that my dog, she's a little quite sensitive to noises, because noises, even when there's like rock and roll bands going, I have to keep the TV down because she is really sensitive to noise. Because anytime she stresses, she has a seizure. So that will probably be another topic sometime about my dog. But anyways, guys, thought we'd quickly take not really a tour, did we? Just a look at the farmyard on Lidon, Lime, or whatever, and having a little chat series. Until next time, this is Brooke. And also, I just wanted to thank you all for 155 subscribers. You guys are wonderful, amazing. I love you all. I always think of you. I hope you're doing well every day. I always try. I actually want to do content every day. It's just so hard to get. It's so hard to get a video out when YouTube, it takes 7 to 10 hours for YouTube to check and upload my video. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a good day. This is Brooke.